Recently, I've been thinking a lot about whether my college degree is actually going to be worth it. And so, for my education final project, I was going to do a little research on this and see whether other people are finding their degrees to be something they use over the course of their lives or something that they kind of just got and then, immediately went on a different path. Um, I think this is part of my whole, I guess you would call it a crisis, but where I think that everything I'm doing in life isn't like worth it, or like what's the purpose of everything. And I know for those of you that have watched my videos in the past, you know that I have a bit of trouble trying to find purpose in life, or like even though I've made videos about how to find purpose in life, I don't actually know like how to apply it to my own life. Kind of feels a little hypocritical, but um yeah, I have a lot of trouble trying to figure out what in life is worth all the trouble of, going to school for all these years, going to college, finding a job, and like, what's actually out there for us that is so good that is worth going to work 8 hours a day and only having a few hours in your day of free time that you get to do what you want. And honestly, I don't really know what I want or what I love to do. So that is a problem. But most recently, my biggest thing is my college degree going to be worth it? If you guys don't already know, I'm going to be majoring in psychology. Actually, I am majoring in psychology and minoring in chemistry and education. And so it's kind of a weird mixture of things, but at the end of the day, people with psychology degrees either get jobs like marketing or HR, and then they can do that, or go on to grad school to do what they want to do in the future. And the thing is, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in the future. I just decided I really liked psychology. I thought the classes were really interesting, and then yeah, that's how I ended up majoring in psychology. And then I have the minors from just doing chemistry in the past and educational psychology classes. So, um, honestly, I added the one more semester that I'm taking this fall because I didn't think that a major in psychology, a degree in psychology, would be enough to show for all those years that I was in college. And those of you that have stuck around for the last few years know that I've now been going to college for a bachelor's for like 6 years, and I'm going on my seventh right now. It will have been, I think, then 6.5. Wait, how does that work? I don't even know. Yeah, 6.5. So I will not have been exactly at 7, but that's a lot for me to think about, and to think that I may not even be using this degree very much. And yeah, it just kind of distressing because I spent so much time of my life working towards this degree that may not help me as much as I thought it would at the beginning. And so my whole theory is that a college degree is required for a lot of different majors. Like if you wanted to go be an engineer or a nurse, or go into law, or become a doctor, or things that require a lot more than they teach you in high school. But I don't mean to downplay a bunch of majors if you're majoring in this. I'm sorry, but like things like, you know, communication, or anything like like women's studies or stuff like that, usually those, you don't really get a job that is directly related to that. And honestly, I've taken a lot of those classes in psychology. Like, I took women's studies, and I was like, I'm not sure how exactly I would apply this to any job that I had. Of course, it gave me a different perspective, but I feel like even in high school, when we had written essays on society and whatever, um, we had gone into a lot of that already. And every time I go into these classes, I feel like these are things that I already knew in the back of my mind, it's just giving a name to them. And I was like, is this really something I'm gonna have to, know for the future, that this is called like cognitive dissonance or whatever? It's like, probably not. Probably not. And so I'm just having a lot of trouble with, you know, finding out that college is not for everyone, in that if you don't know what you want to do after high school and you're not thinking about, going into those intensive majors, you gotta like do your research a little bit and be like, will this major that I'm doing right now be worth it in the end? Because there are a lot of majors out there that are just put into colleges because a lot of people are told you won't get anywhere without a college degree. You won't find a job that pays a lot. That isn't necessarily true. There are plenty of things that you can do, and I know this is like a side topic, but trade school or like things that require just one class and then you get a certification, and then if you can like work up after that, it does pay a decent amount. You won't be earning like hundreds of thousands of dollars like a year, but it still pays the bills. And people say that you won't be able to get by without a college degree, but I just think that's untrue at this point, because my one of my friends actually, she got a job as an administrative assistant, and that's not really related to her degree. She majored in history and minored in Spanish. And she learned pretty quick that that degree is not really gonna get her to the places she wants to go. And so she got this job, and as she walked in, and they were like, we will pay you to go back to school and get a civil engineering degree. And she was like, if I had known this from the beginning, maybe I should have started here. But it's kind of crazy. I wonder if they would have given her the same offer if she had taken that job straight out of high school. And there are also other things, like if you work as a CNA, sometimes these places that you work at as a CNA will pay you or pay your way through college to become a nurse. So it's stuff like that that's kind of like hidden in the framework of, you know, jobs and companies that these like kids out of high school don't know, and you don't really find out until you get into the workforce. Um I think in general it's possible to get a job out of college, actually, that you would have been paid already by that point in high school. And it's hard to say because I don't have like all the data that I wanted to collect already. I just sent in the proposal for my final project idea for my education minor, that I was going to do this whole like is um a college education overemphasized. But when I do that, I'll get back to you. But in general, I think I don't know if this is like a real scientific thing, but my hypothesis is that it is a little bit overemphasized, but you definitely do need a college degree for certain fields. But the fact that in high school, when they say you need to go to college, you need to do this, you need to do that, it's not always the best option, especially for some majors. And a lot of us learn that a little bit too late. and decide to just finish out college and then get a job that we could have gotten out of high school anyway. And that's another topic I wanted to talk about, was that a lot of people after they graduate college get into jobs that they think they are overqualified for. And I'm seeing a lot of job descriptions out there that require a master's or a bachelor's and are just seem like things that you don't really need a master's or a bachelor's for. And then sometimes I look in like other states in different types of, you know, or less urban areas, and it seems like they require stuff like an associate's. I have never seen around here a job description that has been like requirements, associates. It's always bachelor's or master's. And I feel like that's partly due to our community here being oversaturated with college graduates, and they start, upping the requirements because they want to filter out the people that haven't achieved as much, and they want people that they can, keep in their company. And just, I don't really know that much why they require that much like qualifications when it requires minimal training on the job. And some people who have their masters don't even remember how to do basic lab stuff that the job is for, you know. So it's just kind of confusing how our whole career job system works right now, and I'm kind of realizing that a bit more and more as time goes on, as I'm trying to find a career path for myself. And some days I regret trying to think so hard about what I wanted to do with my career and what major I wanted to do, because at the end of the day, most people don't get a job that's related to their degree. So I don't know why I was stressing so much. I probably would have graduated already if I wasn't worrying so much about that. So yeah, that is my whole spiel. And also, before I end this video, I wanted to mention that I have this short that someone made for me. So a friend from an art club at my college, and all summer long he has been working on this animation for my channel with a little clip of my voice from one of my videos. So I will link that in the description. You guys should totally check that out because he worked super hard on it all summer long. And I will see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe.